Good afternoon, everyone. So my topic today is advancing pediatric rehabilitation at home with AI. My name is Xing, and I'm a registered clinician in Canada and the US, and also have 11 years of experience working as a speech-language pathologist. So my PhD study is focused on rehabilitation, and specifically rehabilitation for children with special needs. So first, I want to play a short video to kind of help you understand how family rehabilitation looks like for those families.
The autism spectrum are unique, with different sets of developmental delays, challenges, and special gifts. However, most of these children have trouble connecting, communicating, sharing feelings, and paying attention to people around them. For many, developing and understanding speech and responding to other people's speech or gestures is difficult, even though they may learn to repeat others' words.
That says wait 1 minute.
Wait 1 minute.
Wait 1 minute.
Wait 1 minute.
Unlike most preschool children, children on the autism spectrum are less interested in playing with other children or may want to interact but don't know how.
There you go. Nice. I'm waiting.
They have particular difficulty with turn-taking, sharing, imitating, gesturing, and even noticing what others are doing in play. They often prefer to play alone and are more focused on exploring objects than people. They can be engaged in solitary, repetitive play for long periods of time, thus are deprived of social learning opportunities with adults and other children. Like preschool children, children on the autism spectrum and with language difficulties also have difficulty regulating their emotional responses. They may exhibit challenging behaviors such as oppositionality, tantrums, or hitting when frustrated.
I wonder, how might Tiny be feeling? Here, you take it.
In this program, we will discuss ways teachers and parents.
So in that video, you saw how the challenges that those children with autism have. And so I also have some toys and materials. So those are toys and treatment materials that we use. So we actually use in our therapy sessions. So here I have some toys. So as you can see, these are some pretend vegetables and some other toys. For example, here you can see a broccoli. Oh, sorry. And so with these toys, so you can teach children how to produce different words and also help them build their eye contact and some other social communication skills. So here's another example of the treatment materials that we use in therapy. So as you can see, so you can flip through the pages. And so one disadvantage for these types of material is that it's not tailored to children's specific interests and likes. So sometimes, especially in China, in some institutions, so kids can sit at table for hours to practice some repetitive exercises to improve their social communication and some other language skills. Next, I want to play a product demo of our product and also some basic concepts, some key concepts that we as a team believe that how future therapy should look like for children and their families.
Every cartoon character and every game that children love opens the door to a world filled with innocence, bravery, joy, and endless dreams. Growing up and healing shouldn't be a cycle of tedious exercises. It's not about leaving parents feeling powerless and overwhelmed. Every child holds unlimited potential, waiting to be discovered, inspired, and fulfilled.
Yes. So actually, there's a second part where there are some screenshots of what our solution looks like. But let's go to the next page. So so there is a larger context of my presentation today. First and foremost, is the AI booming. And so with AI, we can personalize and make our treatment materials more fun and engaging, and tailored to the needs of those many children and their families. And secondly, especially in the US and in Canada, so there is a huge trend toward healthcare at home, especially after the pandemic. And so moving into the general AI era, so we are AI with the help of clinicians and a team of experts in technology. So we'll be able to create unlimited resources and treatment materials for those for those families. So as you can see in this diagram, so nowadays family home care delivery is kind of follows this paradigm. So where a group of experts work with a single family, and so. But the downside of this paradigm is usually there's a really long waiting list for those families. And for children who want to get a diagnosis, or families who want to get a diagnosis of autism, sometimes the waiting list can be half a year or a year long, at least in Canada. And so there's a paradigm shift in rehabilitation and home care delivery. So with the help of AI, so families will be able to access more personalized treatment solutions, and our clinicians and therapists will be able to see a wider range, more patients, because their time is precious. And so in this new paradigm, so we can bring the cost down by 90%, 80 to 90%. So as you all know, for in China, so it costs families anywhere between $100,000 to $200,000 a year for them to treat treating those children with autism. And so in the US and in Canada, and it costs anywhere between $50,000 to $60,000 US dollars or Canadian dollars a year. So the cost is huge, and but the solutions are not good enough for those families. So our solution, what we did is, so in our new application, so we cover 7 core areas. So we cover not only screening, so the screening or assessment phase, we also cover the treatment delivery phase. So all of our treatments are evidence-based. So we designed a treatment that is based on clinically proven methods to help those families. And also, for the first time, parents and families can actually access those real-time support from clinicians, from professionals, and most importantly, from our AI, our back-end architecture. So here's the tech stack of our product. So we built our own database. So we have our text database as well as image database. So right now we are using multimodal models. So we are using large language models as well as some other smaller models to help bring the costs down. And also we use a range of different AI systems to optimize the search results for those parents and the families. So here is a demo of the role of large language models in our solution. So we use a router model where, so we don't have to call large language models really expensive ones to solve basic questions or basic problems. So by using and deciding when to call which model, we'll be able to bring the cost down, but at the same time, deliver what parents and families need. So the total market size for is huge. Globally, there are about 1.8 billion people. I'm not only talking about children with autism, I'm talking about children with other developmental delays and disorders. So autism usually, according to WHO, 1 in every 68 newborn babies have the diagnosis of autism. And so around 20% of all newborn babies will later end up, in the US and Canada, later end up getting a diagnosis, some kind of diagnosis of child developmental delays and disorders. And also because of global aging. And so those neurodegenerative diseases such as Parkinson's and Alzheimer's. So one of the key deficits of those diseases is the degenerative cognitive abilities of those patients. So using the same kind of technological architecture, and we are covering the same treatment areas as for those children with special needs. We're covering speech therapy, physical therapy, occupational therapy, and many other areas. So altogether, globally, there are 1.8 billion people who need those family rehabilitation support. And in China, the market is about 390 million. So in 2022, the global market size for digital therapeutics is $6.9 billion. But as the UN counselor said yesterday at the opening ceremony, so we believe in technology and how technology can lower the costs and bring up the volume for larger population. So like he said, I really like what he said yesterday. So an African parent is no different than a Chinese parent, than a Canadian parent. So we, as parents, they all have the same hopes for their kids. And as children of their elderly parents, they all hope the best for and want their parents to live the best years. So our solution is basically using AI to transform the home rehabilitation for this large population. So our team come from a diverse background. So I'm a clinician, and also my PhD study is focused on rehabilitation. And I received my clinical training in Glen Rose Rehabilitation Hospital, which is the largest in North America. And also Erica Low, Xiaoping is also a specialist in AI technology, and Bobby Zhang, who is also expert in marketing and commercialization. So our mission is turning love into magic. So we don't believe in repetitive exercises, and we believe that technology can empower every parent and every family member to support their loved ones. With the help of AI and a range of other technologies, we believe that day will come very soon. So when I was a graduate student, many years ago, so I talked to my professor, who is also an expert in this area. So I talked to her that I hope one day our services will be no longer needed. And I think that day has come. Thank you.